So I made a Beyblade board game in 20 minutes and forced 3 of my friends in Cybertops, for whatever reason, to play this thing.
I think Juice wants to buy 19 cores.
Hey Lois, I'm playing the Beyblade board game. She'll see my brain.
And without a doubt, this ended up being one of the most chaotic, funniest, and most cursed live streams I've ever done in a long while. With the main goal of these 4 players going around the board for 20 rounds and collecting Bey parts, trying to sabotage each other in the process, or build teams. Who cares, okay? It's their right. And by the end of it, they have to battle each other in a tournament to see whoever wins a magnificent glory of $5. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please subscribe because it means a lot. Anyway, let's get started. Everything started normally, okay? We had our 4 players getting their placings, and then on top of it, they got their starter bays as well. However, just in the first round alone, Cyber, on the very first turn, Cyber went ahead and screwed over Metal already by teleporting Metal onto a bad space, making him lose all his money. Yes, in the contrast, Cyber also did lose his money, but here's the thing. Metal also lost his money because it was funny for the plot.
I'll teleport Metal.
Where to on the map?
Why did I know you were gonna pick me?
Where do you want
put
it?
him on the top left bad space.
You cunt.
Alright.
Right.
Unfortunately, Metal, you have already lost 3 gold, and Cyber, you also lost gold. Even though this was a victory for Cyber, it was very much short-lived, as in that same round, Metal gained 3 gold. And literally, within the second round, Metal knew what his goal was going to become for the next few rounds. And that is when he discovered that Elliot Sampson's Bey, Crab Samson, is in the item shop and could be bought. Teleport the shop.
Teleport the shop.
Alright.
Dude, you can price stuff.
No, nobody's been to the shop. I'm gonna throw you at the farthest shop, Metal.
I said crabs.
As the game progressed on, despite Juice's nature to go ahead and stay relatively neutral and not be aggressive, that was completely thrown out the window at the start, as he was the first person to go ahead and lane on a versus space, and then decided to take on Metal. Metal over here with his Bey, with the volcanic driver, versus Juice.
Oh, that's silly.
Elliot.
Over here. 3, 2, 1, let it rip.
Oh, yeah,
In a matter of seconds, Metal was blown up into 3 separate pieces. Metal was off to a rough start. Within a few rounds, Pop ended up becoming one of the richest players with a staggering amount of 11 gold. And with Metal publicly announcing that he desperately wanted to buy this Crab Beyblade. You can't buy crabs, and it's a tier 5. You have to have 5 gold. You only have 3.
Oh,
it became a race to see who would buy the Crab Beyblade. However, there was one thing that Metal didn't account for, and that was Pop being the richest player and his evil drive to screw over other players. And with Pop's powerful richness within these first couple turns, he was able to force a teleportation to the shop for himself.
So, if I teleport to the shop, can I snipe Crabson?
That's 3 gold, that in Crabson's 5 gold. Yeah, you have enough gold.
Oh,
allowing him to then buy Crab Samson, ending the race for the crab once and for all. While Metal did lay in defeat.
I want to teleport shop.
Oh, you fucker.
You want to teleport to the shop?
No.
Okay.
Hey, the game's the game, fellas.
You have been
Fuck off,
teleported.
Cyber. You killed my chances of getting crabs.
He did come up with a new plan, how to get this crab for himself, and to eventually steal it from Pop. Meanwhile, Juice continued his battling spree and decided to challenge Cyber this time. However, this is where Juice messed up at, okay? Due to Cyber joining at the last second to play this board game, he did not receive a Hasbro Belial like the other 3 players did. But instead, he received a TT Takatomi Belial instead, with Hasbro parts, of course, just to make it a little bit more balanced, but he still received that heavy weighting in the teeth compared to the others that had the light layers and the slopes, making Cyber one of the more powerful bladers off the start when it came to battling, giving Cyber the high ground to take down Juice. With this newfound of money in Cyber's pockets, Cyber made his way on over to the item shop to buy a bay that would secure him even more power for himself through this whole entire game. This bay would be no other than the legendary Versalongus, aka the DB evolution to Zwei Longinus. However, taking a few steps back, okay? This is where I messed up. When Metal first entered the shop, he asked for a random driver. I accidentally gave him Volcanic.
Random driver, why not?
Random driver, alrighty. So the random driver that you get is Volcanic. Volcanic comes on Extinction Apocalypse. And because of that mistake, I had to take back Volcanic. Obviously, that's not fair to Metal. To correct my mistake, I gave him the chance at 3 really OP drivers. Attack Bearing, Octa, and the infamous Giga Flat.
I'll take Giga Flat, because, you know.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound great.
Alright.
It's such a huge downgrade from Volcanic.
Little did I, or the rest of the players know, that because of Metal choosing Giga Flat, this would start the arc of the Giga Flat era. Meanwhile, Pop with his new bay, aka Crab Samson, he wanted to try it out and see how good it is because he's not too familiar with burst stuff, especially with this being a custom-made Beyblade. And so he decided to take on the player that had the most potential power at the time, which was no other than Juice, as he was the richest person in the game at this point with a total of 12 gold.
TJ, spin that shit.
Though in a shocking surprise, Crab Samson ended up losing to Juice, and with a splitting decision that would change the whole entire game.
Oh no, you would have to lose 1 gold and a part. And a part.
Hey, Juice, listen up. If you make him lose his money, it would be good for the content.
You would lose.
So
Juice decided to spare Pop, and in return, Pop decided to go ahead and ask for an alliance with Juice.
Me and you will have an alliance and you will go after these.
Is this? Oh shit. Cyber, I think it's time to team up.
This would cause the creation of 2 factions. The Liquids, which was made up of Juice and Pop, and Cyber Tops, which was Metal and Cyber, of course. As the game progressed on, Metal was finally ready to claim Elliot Sampson as his own. By him landing on a chance space, he was able to take control of his fate and do a forced trade with Pop to take the crowd for himself. As we kept going, in a twist of fate, the board game gods decided to make Juice the absolute richest player in the game.
Alright.
oh wow. Holy shit! What the heck?
Well,
God.
goddamn, I
Yeah, we
did.
hit the jackpot.
With Juice reaching a total net worth of 28 gold coins.
Wait, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let it rip.
Where did you get that, bro? Did you just pull that out your ass?
Oh.
After a battle between Metal and Pop, Metal sustained a huge loss. Little did Metal know this would be even worse. And Pop was feeling a little frisky, okay? Just for the plot though, okay? And forced Metal to give up his Giga Flat due to him being so broke and not being able to pay his debts. With a change of fate, Pop decided to pull a big brain move by going ahead and farming the chance space, giving him different effects to take down other players. Unfortunately, this did bite back at Pop and made him teleport away from it, but by this point it was too late, causing the others to realize what Pop was doing. This led the others to start farming the center, which ended up being the best place they optimized to farm effects and coins. Now, throughout this whole entire game, I've made updates to it slightly as we continued playing on. Rather, if these updates made sense for the players, or were just completely to increase the chaos that was already happening throughout the game. However, there was one update that did none of these things, but yet it was the best update that we had received. And this was no other than adding Shopkeeper Brian. Okay, this was the best thing that could have come out of this whole entire update.
It's tough when I don't know it.
So you're
It's tough when I
telling
don't know it's
me
I can get left spin bang.
Hang on, hang on.
Sorry, that shows you my brain.
keep it.
There we go.
Keep it.
Oh, don't worry, Brian.
Oh my god.
With 5 turns remaining, these 4 players started to finalize their goals to try to achieve the Beyblade Champions spot. Through all this, Metal was eventually able to reclaim Giga Flat and bought a few more things to help him on out, giving him the potential edge that he needed to keep going and win this tournament. However, this was very much short-lived when the Chance Gods went ahead and took 3 gold from him when he only had 1 gold remaining. Unfortunately, this did lead Metal to lose Giga Flat again.
What we got? What we got?
Oh,
You could have
no.
got the blue.
Does that still apply because I have less than 3 gold?
You have less than 3 gold, so you gotta get rid of 1 of your golds, and you have to get rid of Giga Flat.
No!
But of course, you can't keep a good blader down. And Metal once more again, shocker, I know, right? Allowed him to reclaim Giga Flat, just barely beating out Juice, who was also going after Giga Flat at this point. Now, a few more shenanigans later of trying to steal gold from other players, force trading bays, teleporting players around on the map, and even exploiting the shop.
What's this exploit I just came up with?
Wow, you just got the Trident Core again. You got the Trident Core. Pop, is that it?
I mean, I need my money back because I sold it again.
Oh, you sold it again? You can't keep buying and selling this. I'm going to put a limit on you. You've limited it.
What
You
round are we on?
You're gonna put a limit on me. I'll keep it sold. Give me 5.
There's your gold back. Actually, no, you don't get the gold back because of that. You get 0.5 gold.
You cheap shopkeeper.
5 gold!
We finally reached the final round. Now with this final round, the shop had offered its lowest.
Lowest of 1.
Lois?
That's probably.
So we're going to start.
Lois?
Lowest?
Hey, Lois. Hey, Lois, I'm playing the Beyblade board game.
Beyblade excited get together, Lois.
I'm gonna steal money from Juice.
Prices we had seen for this whole entire game, promoting the players to go ahead and get to the shop and buy up anything they can use for themselves or against the other players. Whether this be random parts, the bays, or even launchers, for them to build the ultimate Beyblade combo and win the tournament. Between the sabotages, the strategies that were made, the alliances that were gained, the amount of gold that was lost or gained, and the race for the Crab Beyblade. These events that changed the paths of these bladers affected how they would end up playing this game. But would any of that now matter? With each one of their combos being ready, it was time for the start of the tournament, with the brackets being Cyber vs. Pop and Metal vs. Juice.
Cyber, 3, 2, 1, let her rip.
Within the first battle, there was a very quick double burst finish. However, if you watch the replay, you can see that Cyber moves on. It was not that quick between Metal and Juice as both Beys went back to back scoring 1 point. And with the final match point between these two bladers, the gods gave Metal their blader spirit, giving Metal that ever so needed edge to win by causing a burst finish against Juice. Now the only thing that stood against these final 2 bladers was the fact that they were both teammates.
The 2 teammates are now battling against
They started out as enemies at the start of this, but ended as teammates, and now they were forced to battle each other for a total of $5. While the battles were pretty close, Cyber did build the superior bay and ended up winning the board game. If you guys want to see the full experience of us playing this, I do have a highlight video up on my channel. Go watch it right now. See ya! Subscribe!